and welcome. It is, of course, the Riverina Cup put on by the city of Wollongong. The fantastic region is going to be showcasing all of their esports talent and engagement with the community. I'm so sorry, Formula, cut you off there. I think I choked when I said 10 seconds remaining, so that's my apologies. But I'm kind of excited to be here. I'm just so keen to get into it all.
Yeah, no, I'm super keen for this one as well. I think I got to miss out on the first week. I'm a little bit disappointed by that, but I am back now, so it's exciting to be back, and hopefully we'll be able to get into these games quite soon.
Yeah, hopefully we do, because I think they're going to be some interesting little games. I think there are going to be a couple of 3v2s here, the kind of bane of our existence at the AEL, but we have seen upsets and things like that. For those of you who have been watching our University League coverage, there have been some pretty fantastic 3v2s and things like that, which have gone the way of our smaller teams and even things like that, which is kind of exciting. But we'll talk a bit more about the matchups in just a second. I believe we'll have some sponsors. I know we're not quite ready to jump to that right in the moment because we've got a couple of technical things we're kind of trying to work on, of course. The thing is, we've done Rocket League a lot. A lot of the players here are kind of new. They're experiencing the game for the first time. My apologies, you can hear the Rocket League music in the background. It's really nice. It's getting us in the mood. But yeah, I think we're ready to give a shout out to a few sponsors there, Formal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as with every AEL broadcast, there are a bunch of wonderful sponsors that, allow us to help put this entire event together. And we're going to go start with what's right in front of us. Of course, that is Peak Monitors, and that would be AOC, providing some of the highest resolution and best visuals from a monitor you can ask for. And it doesn't necessarily need to be gaming. Of course, it can be office life, home life, streaming, whatever it might happen to be. You do want the best of the best when it comes to your viewing pleasure. So a big thank you, of course, to AOC, a global leader in monitor display technology. But that's just what you're looking with your eyes. What about your ears? What are you listening to? Well, for that, of course, it's RIG, what it takes to win. Now, RIG develops headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Beginners to pros, RIG has you covered. So get out there, join the RIG team, and enhance that gaming experience. So let's go back. We've got the visuals, we've got the audio, and now I'm hungry. Well, fortunately, Idomi has my back right there, and guess what? They're also throwing away some money your way. So right now, you can win the Ultimate Gamer Package worth $3,500. So show us how you game with Idomi Australia. There's information at their website, idomi.com.au, where you can go there, check out the details. If you're just more interested in, having delicious meals instead, though, I mean, rest not. Idomi are made from the finest natural resources of Indonesia, giving it that unique and delicious taste. As a result of Idomi's successes, their range is also constantly expanding. At the moment, they're up to 14 products, and I expect that to be growing in the future. Then, Predator. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming today. Predators are the gaming PC partner of all the AEL. So, you can conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming. You can conquer New World with Predator Gaming if you want to get involved with that. I haven't yet. Not really my type of game, but still, I imagine those laptops will run it so cleanly. It puts power and precision into your hands. So elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality and performance thanks to Predator. And last, but certainly not least, Shawtime, our major sponsor for all these AEL events. Make it a fruit tea with Shawtime and try the new peach and lychee oolong tea range. I know I'd love to get my hands on some of those. They're the fastest growing iced tea franchise in Australia. Over 120 different Shawtime tea breweries. I mean, if you go into the city, if you go into your local shopping center, it's going to be there. And with that commitment to quality ingredients and mixing with the flair of that innovative flavor, the combinations that they have, there's nothing quite like them but the very best. It is fantastic. Absolutely love my Shawtime iced tea.
Yeah, there's a reason it's synonymous with names like bubble tea and iced tea around Australia. They're so good. They're so influential. There's a reason they've kind of been the best and dominated the market so well. So it's great to have them on board, of course, a major presenting partner. But if we look a bit more into this match now, as fantastic as all our sponsors, I'll leave them up for a little second at the bottom of our screen. But if we do have a look at our bracket here, our first match is going to be coming from Group B. Group B. I don't know why I looked at the letter. I got the letter right, but yeah, it's Group B. This is going to be Please Don't Hurt Us versus Serial Killers. And you've got the kind of stats up on your screen. Serial Killers, 1-2 at the moment. Please Don't Hurt Us, 1-1. So both teams picking up only picking up one win so far. But Please Don't Hurt Us with a few more games to go, as is the kind of schedule. I think maybe it might have taken a sec to update as well. We tend to give our teams in these sort of tournaments a bit of a freer schedule, so sometimes teams have more games completed than others. But that's kind of what we're looking at the moment in the standings.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. Hopefully, we will be able to get this game going a little bit sooner than later. Still just sort of waiting for one of the teams to confirm that they are good to go. However, look, I'm just going to say right now, I'm not necessarily throwing people under the bus, but if we're going to be picking winners in this one, Fetch, I'm already leaning on the team that's here ready to play, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Please Don't Hurt Us. And don't worry, I'm not going to be hurting you unless my sharp wit and dashing good looks causes you bodily harm. But no, it definitely is a situation right now where hopefully we'll be into that match, but one team definitely is here very, very eager, as I kind of saw before, and hoping that we get to kick this one off very, very shortly.
Yeah, they're already jumping in and playing, and we're just like, yeah, let's go! Oh wait, the other team's not quite here yet. So, we will have to wait a little bit longer for them. But I'm sure they'll be here with eagerness, ready for what's going to be hopefully another pretty good game. For those of you who didn't join us last week, these games. Sorry, my mic's peaking just a little bit. Let's just fix that. For those of you who weren't able to join us last week, these games are going to be a best of 5 series. It's a regular season of group stages, like you can see on your screen right at the moment, just to my left. Or my right as you're looking at it. My apologies, different perspectives. But yeah, as you can see up on the screen, it is going to be like a regular week where everyone plays each other, and then the top few player teams of each group go through to the finals. It's a pretty standard format, I think, for people who are familiar with sports. We've just put them into groups. And yeah, these teams at the moment, they have only picked up 1 win each, and it does make it look very hard to catch up with the likes of Vanguard and Rhombus Stompers. We did see Vanguard last week as well, and they looked really, really good. But at the end of the day, it's as much about competing, having fun, and seeing how well your team can stack up. Because as I think I mentioned last week, if Vanguard turned their hand to some other tournaments, they'd look like a big threat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious to see what that lineup and that roster actually is. Do you happen to remember any of the key names involved with it?
Not off the top of my head right at the moment. There are a couple of games there, obviously a few teams. And we had, a lot of other fantastic events, which maybe we could take a second to shout out here. But yeah, I can't remember exactly who they were, but they weren't players who were 100% familiar to me. I think maybe there might have been, if people in the chat know the names of the Vanguard players, let us know, of course. You are watching this on facebook.com, and you may as well give us a little follow, a little like on this and Twitter and whatnot as well. I mean, our socials are below to see all of the action, because it's not the only sort of game we do.
No, it's not at all. But yeah, I'm very excited to see Vanguard. I mean, you were talking them up before, and it sounded like they were going to be an interesting team. And I'm always liking to keep my pulse on the button, when it comes to looking for up-and-coming Rocket League players of all skill levels. But especially when teams are kind of making their names in sort of the smaller events like this, it's always sort of exciting to see how they will break out. Still waiting for the match to break out right here, right now. And again, do apologize for that bit of the delay. We were talking about some past events, so let's have a little chat about what happened yesterday. Why not? Let's bring last night up, because for those of you who wasn't aware, if we're talking about keeping our finger on the pulse and looking out for those up-and-comers, it was the InterVarsity Grand Final last night at the University of Sydney, taking on, I believe it was Monash, if memory serves me right, and it absolutely was. And there were some big names that came out there that I didn't necessarily know at the start of the season, particularly a player by the name of Eki, who stepped up, showed up, and he's someone who I hope to see a lot more of in the future.
Yeah, there was a few players there. We kind of had like 6 players really putting in their absolute best, showing up, being a part of the plays. But Eki, some of those goals, some of those plays out of midfields, the setups, the sort of finishing of some of those plays was fantastic, and I'm really hoping that we do start seeing Eki moving into some of those other tournaments. I see a Taco Blaster joining the lobby, and I think it might be pretty much time. But yeah, it was a fantastic series, and again, that's why I kind of suggested following. So obviously, it's a bit of a cheap plug, being like, hey, follow us on social media, but there is some incredible levels of talent. And it's just been an absolute treat to see what people bring to the table. But you know what's even more special? The Wagga universe. Oh my god, I'm so off my game right now. Some of these players might be in university, but the action is belonging to the citizens of the Riverina area right now.
Yeah, it is, and the games have started, Fetch, so I believe we're going to be cutting to that pitch already. Good goal coming from the blue side. That is Please Don't Hurt Me. They're going to be taking on the Serial Killers in orange. It's a little bit of a 2v3, so maybe not the most ideal situation, but a real quick rundown. The lineup for that blue side, it's Summer Hottie, Nora, and Raids169. And for that orange side, it is Taco Blaster and literally 420. Or maybe it's a try 420. I think it's try 420. The L's are more brackets in this situation.
Ooh, yeah, that's clever. Actually, I guess that's supposed to be like I was going to say rugby league goals, but I don't actually know if they quite look exactly like that, or if I'm just a bit, if I'm just thinking of AFL goals, things, but, it's close enough, right? It's close enough. Nora at the moment is going to make a flicker over the top, of course. It is Please Don't Hurt Me who have the 3-stack up against Taco Blaster and literally, or try 420, and that's going to be a 2-0 lead taken pretty quickly from Please Don't Hurt Us.
Yeah, Summer Hottie just able to dribble that ball straight down the center, and look, while that might come across as a relatively simple goal, and by all intents and purposes it was, I've got to give credit to Summer Hottie right there. Kept the ball off the ground, been practicing, on those dribble obstacle courses quite obviously, and was able to dribble it straight down and through and into the net. So practice does pay off for everyone at home, as Summer Hottie did just show right there. Hopefully we'll see a few more plays like that coming up.
Yeah, hopefully so. And I mean, that's the thing. I've been impressed with this kind of level. We've run events and things like that for up-and-coming talent, for very high-level players. The pass off the backboard, Summer Hottie puts another one away.
Yeah, quick 3 goals in the first minute. As we take a look at this one, Taco Blaster just couldn't make that backboard read, and the ball sits in the box. Fortunately, Summer Hottie was playing in the third-member role because the first 2 commits actually were a bit of a swung and a miss from the blue side, but at the end of the day, the ball does wind up rolling into that goal. 3-0 lead now in favor of this blue side, and unfortunately that numbers advantage, it's starting to rear its ugly head.
Yeah, that's definitely the case, and I mean, it is one of those things where, like, when you are playing on this two-player role, you have opportunities. There are things you can do, but if your opponents are able to rotate around, if they're able to use that space better than you are, if you aren't able to kind of fundamentally make all of the plays optimized and perfect, it does really start bearing down on you, that disadvantage, and it's rough. It's rough to see. However, a hypothetical perfect playstyle is still, like, it still does work. If you can make the individual plays, beat out the 1v1s, things like that, you can start to see kind of how people can put together a good strategy against a numbers advantage.
Yeah, it's all about, like, really limiting your mistakes and making sure you always keep your second commit in your back pocket for when you know is a high percentage chance of when to press forward. At the moment, though, it's just too much attacking pressure coming from the blue side right here. Eventually, this corner defense was going to wear out. They had run out of boost, run out of the resources, and Summer Hottie was just there to take advantage before you could see Taco Blaster rotate back towards the center of the pitch. War of attrition goes in favor of the blue side, and it's now a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and it's only, like, we've still got all 3 minutes left to play in this game. An attempt actually coming through straight away from Summer Hottie again. Try 420 does actually do a pretty good job of kind of rebounding, landing on the wheels, making sure they've got the ability to kind of quick fire rotate through to the boost. Nora puts that one out wide into the corner. And we are seeing at least something I like from this. Actually, Taco Blaster and try 420. I thought they might have a big opportunity here, making that double attack. Because I mean, I have noticed that Please Don't Hurt Us. They're going very hard on those commitments into the attack. When one player tries to carry the ball up the field, that's kind of it, right? They carry the ball up the field, they go to get one of the back corner boosts, and if the opponents get a big counterattack off, that's where the opportunities come. But with, 2 minutes 16 left on the clock and 4 goals being, your deficit, yeah, it's far from easy.
I would say it is quite unlikely right now. Basically, on top of what we've already seen from the side of, like, Please Don't Hurt Us, for the orange side as well, like, they just haven't had any attacking pressure whatsoever. Like, usually even in 2v3s, on occasion, the side of 2 will be able to create something, like winning a challenge on their back half, having a ball bounce their way. But every challenge still is being won by this blue team, and the end result of that has been the situation where, yes, they might be playing over-aggressive, but they're getting away with it. They haven't been punished, and as long as this trend continues, unfortunately, for this orange side of, the serial killers, I just don't see a way they're going to get back into this game.
Yeah, definitely. And that's just the nature of it, right? That's the nature of these sort of things. I mean, I kind of like the name Taco Blaster. I know it's like, I think I appreciate it. Sorry, I know we're hard pivoting off this, because I think the team captains, the team captains here, Taco Blaster and Summer Hottie, and that is like that sounds like a rivalry for the ages. Those are like the two different energies of like the kind of gamer energies. You've got the person who's like perfectly manicured all the time, has the stream camera, has like the glorious, perfectly neat background, and then like the other streamer who's just kind of like, yeah, I'm just gonna try hard, I'm just gonna try and win every game I can, and I'm just gonna try and like win people over with my raw charisma. And you know what? I appreciate those two energies.
And then we don't even bring up the third energy that's kind of lurking right there on that orange side as well. I would argue that's a third one. Either way, Summer Hottie posts it and downs it. 7-0 lead now. For what it's worth, this is probably going to be the direction that this entire series goes, I feel like. And I don't mean to be, like, the bearer of bad news. However, I'm just seeing nothing from the serial killers right now that tells me that they're going to be able to stop the attack coming from this blue side. Summer Hottie in particular has just been absolutely relentless, showing no mercy with each and every one of these attacks. Like, that's the first time we've seen a ball reach the backboard, yes, but there has been 0 shots on target at the moment coming from the serial killers. And that's just not going to cut it, unfortunately, against an opponents like Please Don't Hurt Us.
Yeah, and that's kind of just rough. I mean, plays like that, Raze doesn't quite get that one through. Yeah, plays like that, also taking up the same space. There are so many small things that you kind of need to do well in this sort of tournament. And again, these aren't people who have, like, spent their life selling their souls to the Rocket League gods, as we sometimes see, to be fair. You know, there's a lot of people who are very into their Rocket League in some of our tournaments. But I'm still kind of impressed with some of the skills and some of the, like, the fact that, considering these aren't professional players and things like that, there's some good things on display, but you're right, like, not enough to really be able to kind of call this a close series right at the moment. This might be a cross-fielder, though. Oh, straight away from Raze, just bants it up the other side of the field to make it an 8-0 lead. Probably going to be, if not the last, then close to the last goal in this game, at least.
I got a nice little pinch off the teammate right there and was able to lob that one all the way through. 8-0 lead. It's getting worse before it gets better for the serial killers in this one. But to go back to your point about these players maybe not playing at that professional level, that's all well and good. But if you're busting out 8-0 score lines right now, I'm going to start judging you like a professional team. So I hope you're ready. Please don't hurt us. I understand your name is asking for mercy, but I don't really feel like showing you any anymore. I want to hold you to that highest standard, and let's see how well you can keep the ball off the ground. Pretty good, but I'm liking the attack a little bit better. Literally, I should say try for 20. Tries to go for the shot, but isn't able to find it. Please don't hurt us. Takes the first game, 1-0 in the standings, 8-0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and there it is. There's the result of our first game. And it wasn't close. I think it's fair to say. You know, at the moment, these teams, they're not at the top of our standings for, like, you know, for the progress so far, if you know what I'm saying. And we kind of see some holes in the gameplay and things like that. But, yeah, at the end of the day, it is hard to take too much more off that. I know that you're a super smart, big brain Rocket League caster, so I'm appreciating some of the insights there. But it's kind of hard to take, like, much from a series like this. But except for the fact that Please Don't Hurt Us do have 2 of the same, like, clan team names. And that's good. That's synergy. That's synergy you don't even see from competitive players sometimes. Like,
yeah, we're also seeing a couple Diamond Tournament winner tags as well on the side of Raze and Nora. But my biggest takeaway, honestly, was the individual mechanics of Summer Hottie 07, who just seemed to be a solid player from top to bottom mechanically, at the very least, and was quite oftenly bailing out, actually, Raze and Nora when they did overcommit. So it's not as if serial killers didn't have their odd moment or opportunity, as it looks as if a couple of the players may have left. They do look to be rejoining. We don't know where Taco Blaster has gone. And
Blaster
this
had
could
a
put
game
us...
crash, apparently.
Oh, boy. And it's shaping up. Looks like the players are going ahead with a 3v1.
All right, I guess that's just the way it is then. No official word elsewise, so we're going to go straight back into the game. Raze is going to try and walk this one up. If a 3v2 is a struggle...
And the save works! Who needs to move?
I can't believe Try420 just made that happen. A goal... Okay, can you imagine if Try420 scores here?
I don't mind. We might not have to imagine it, Fetch. It just happened. Okay. Rocket League, everybody.
This is
anything
Rocket League.
Happen.
Absolutely. No, you're right. This is exactly everything would happen. We've got some admins typing in the chat, so I'm not sure where we go from here, but at the moment, the game stands, right? This is just kind of how it's going at the moment, I realize.
Always play until the whistle's blown and you're told otherwise. Like, the same thing goes in any sport, Rocket League included, so gonna wait to hear what they say. And we're being told we're remaking the lobby, so the lobby will be remade. All
right.
Hopefully the players will figure that out in time and we'll be able to get back into it and get going, but yeah. A very unfortunate disconnect happening at the tail end right there. So we will get back up and running. Look, sometimes these things happen, but as soon as everyone does leave that last lobby, we'll have a new one up and ready to go.
Yep, we're just gonna have to leave people in the chat. Again, they're so into their video gaming that they might take them a second. There's every chance of that one. But it looks like we've already got a new lobby. Well done. So for those who don't know, Formula's running the lobbies today, and doing, a very quick fire job of it. Normally I just have to sit there for half an hour yelling at everyone, being like, "Guys, get out of the lobby!" But no, seems like we're.
Well, I just kind of bounced. Hopefully they're going to be able to figure it out. Yeah, they're getting tagged down, so I don't think it'll take them too long to get back going once again. I do feel though that this series, it's going to be a one-sided approach. I'm very worried. Although I will say this, a shout out on the side, whenever any sort of Rocket League player has a little gridiron nod, be it wherever it happens to might be, I do appreciate them. So it's looking like things are. I'm rooting for the underdogs is what I'm trying to get at right now. Try 420 in Oakland, or I can't say Oakland Raiders anymore. Las Vegas Raiders fan. Might not be my team, but I still respect it.
Yeah. Definitely need all the support they can get right now. The players doing it a little bit rough, but it's it's kind of cool to see those. I mean, we probably go into other sports way too much, but it is nice to see that. I think Rocket League is the most traditional sports esport, if that makes sense. That might be a bit of a weird thing to say for people, but fundamentally, a lot of the same ideas work, We see plays where people are they're marking up, they're doing things like that, they're getting more creative with the plays. It's about the, setting up crosses, figuring out how you can take passes. A lot of those ideas do translate very well from traditional sports, where you don't get that as much in games like Counter-Strike or League of Legends or Overwatch or whatnot. So it is pretty easy to make some of those comparisons, and I think some of the deals which people have made, where there's not the deals people made, some of the crossovers where you can get cars from specific teams and flags and things like that. It's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of how all of that kind of comes together.
Yeah, it is really cool, and I always love when the cross marketing does come through, because I love rocking my Green Bay Packers car. That's always something sweet to see. But again, as Rocket League's developing, it is very much becoming more and more akin to a traditional sport, and it's something that I've always valued in Rocket League, how it's probably the easiest for people to transition from following traditional sports to following an esport, just because of how straightforward the game is in a lot of ways. It's football or soccer, or even I like to always to compare it to ice hockey, to be honest. And I'm not just talking about the ice hockey mode in the game, just the constant flow and motion, but score goal, get point, most point wins. It's a very simple format. It's very easy to follow, especially when you compare it to a lot of first-person shooters out there, which sometimes can have the tough angle, or a MOBA where you just see a lot of action and have no idea what actually is going on. And that's even if you know what a MOBA is. That's just probably gibberish to some people. So it's very much, I feel, the best esport that is accessible to more of that mainstream success. And I think that's shown with how much Rocket League has grown just over the past couple of years alone.
Yeah, I really agree with that. I think that it's had some great successes, and it's well deserved as well, because it's such a fun esport to watch. You talk about how it's accessible and easy to understand what's going on your screen. The camera angles work pretty well, all of those sort of things. But it's such a complicated game the more you get into it. And I think the appeal of a good sport is, first of all, having big personalities and storylines you can follow. And gosh, wow, Rocket League certainly has that. And also depth in the strategy once you get into it. A game which is convoluted from the start makes it hard to follow, but a game like cricket, to my mind, is really good because you see someone hit a ball, it goes for a bit, cool, but then once you get into sort of the wicket conditions and your the order you're going for, and okay, they've swapped this guy down the second drop, well, that's a bit interesting, and they try to hope they can take a bit more of the shine off the ball. These pace bowlers going to be causing a bit of trouble up early. All of that depth just keeps unfolding, and I think Rocket League has some similar things where it's some of the ideas in terms of how you structure a defensive rotation and things like that, which again we are probably getting a little bit tricky for some people, but it's fantastic. I think there's so much of that depth and that extra sort of ability to keep working through it. For those of you who are wondering, yes, we're still waiting for that one player to reconnect. Actually, I believe I just summoned
they've done it.
Yep. Easy. All right, we're getting straight back into the game almost immediately, so I'm going to pass this over to the field to get us straight back into that game.
Yeah, game number 2 about to kick off, and interesting, I'm only seeing 2 players from the blue side joining up, so perhaps in a show of sportsmanship, we're going to see a 2v2 instead of the 3v2, and hopefully they will go up. No, that's all right. Well, play to win, Fetch, play to win.
Yeah, that's the way you got to do it, right? Absolutely. Yep. It's they signed up with a 3-sec team, and that said, Try 420 opens it up very early, and this one is not going to get, this point is not going to get redacted as it goes straight through off the kickoff. So 1-0 lead right now for the Serial Killers, as for some reason, my score's reversed. So just give me a second.
Also, it should be worth noting a third member did just join for the Serial Killers, Zan Barbarian, now on the pitch as well. So we have a proper 3v3 as the shot's going to come from Taco Blaster. It's going to be saved by Nora on this instance. And maybe this is going to be the momentum swing that this orange side needs. Maybe from here they'll be able to turn things around as Taco Blaster will slow the pace down the middle of the pitch, finds that next touch, looking for the read off that side post, but is unable to find it.
Yeah, let's come close. Pulls, has a few kind of bits and pieces to try there, but now that we are seeing a 3v3, maybe this might be, the kind of the thing which is needed, of course, right at the moment. The fact that it is 1-0 in terms of the point scores. Of course, it's 1-0 in the game scores as well. The first game being picked up by Please Don't Hurt Us. Try 420 hanging around the corner a fair bit. Zan Barbarian says, oh, come on, get on the road. I got to get this. And a good pinch down the field, actually. Shut down by Raze. We're seeing like a proper attack structure down here. The defense getting a little bit slow on the play, though, and Summer Hottie shows they can score on a 3-stack as well as they can score on a 2-stack.
Yep, that's a pretty good shot from Summer Hottie right there. Two defenders committing to the right side. Yeah, Taco Blaster tried to go for the bicycle, but wasn't able to make contact. Just a bit too disorganized on that defensive side, and it started off as a double commit, not necessarily for the ball, but for the boost in that right corner, as now we're seeing a fake kickoff coming from the orange team. They're actually going to now turn it back around. The Serial Killers, double swing, double miss. That's the worst case scenario for a double commit, and Taco Blaster still hasn't moved yet, as apparently more technical difficulties coming from the Serial Killer side, and we're back in a 2v3 situation.
All right, well, at least we're shuffling through the players. We've got different, we've got players coming in fresh. It's like an interchange bench. Actually, it was the teammate who knocked them out, but it's fine because Summer Hottie picks it up off the cross once again. Yeah, it feels like Serial Killers can't catch a break, huh?
No, they are just in a hole, it feels like, and are struggling to dig themselves out of. Even when they start to get momentum, technical difficulties really hurting Taco Blaster, who does appear to get back into this matchup. So a goal down. Let's see if Taco Blaster and Co are going to be able to help bring this one back. If they lose this game, by the way, they're going to be down 2-0 in this best-of-5 series, so that'll be match point against them, needing the reverse sweep. It means they pretty much need to win this game, and a couple swings, a couple misses coming from the blue side. Perhaps an opening might show itself. Not quite yet, though, as Try 420 gets that ball across the middle of the pitch. Summer Hottie intercepts it away.
Yeah, in a big aerial contest, Taco Blaster actually is the one to pick it up. Possibly a bit more aggression there coming out of Raze might have had it. Nora's actually been the one trying to carry it through, but the attack set up pretty well by Serial Killers, and they're holding on to it, but I haven't really seen any swings for the goal, I haven't really seen them taking those big shots and trying to actually put the ball across the line. It's going to be Try 420 who goes for it, though, just a little bit off, and now they have speed back on the rotates.
That shot was close, and I feel like Serial Killers probably needed that one to go in halfway through this game, running a little bit lower on momentum. As, Taco Blaster, that's not the touch you wanted! Drakes out his own defense, and Summer Hottie is going to be there to punish. I get trying to pass it back, but you got to make sure there's someone back there to pass it to.
Yeah, that's the big thing, huh? And I mean, Summer Hottie, well done. Always there to capitalize on any mistake your opponent makes. That's a fundamental of Rocket League as much as anything else, but you really can't touch that ball across goal. We talked about it, right? We talked about traditional sport, things like that. And we kind of talked about how that, how those rules translate to Rocket League.
Can we talk about how in one clip we saw a player disconnect followed by teammates bumping into each other to double commit and miss the ball?
No.
Can we talk about that for a little bit?
Yes, you're right. Okay, yes. Well done.
Okay.
Raze gets another one, though. The 169 is their hopeful scoreline. I don't know. I was trying to make something more clever of that than it actually was, but yeah, a bit rough.
Look, I'm going to start coming down a little bit on this one. There's not too much cleverness going on. Like, again, okay, credit where credit is due. Summer Hottie mechanically is fantastic. They've been dynamic, and they've definitely been the star of the show right now. But this is, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, this is a game with a lot of newer players to said game. And while it's good to see them practicing, it's good to see them learning, and I do feel like a couple of the players are actually trying to push themselves. Try 420 in particular, I feel like is someone who at the moment is pushing their comfort zones a little bit, as is Raze 169. However, this isn't the cleanest Rocket League game, Fetch. This is pretty sloppy. This is pretty chaotic, pretty all over the place. And I'm at the stage right now where I just kind of want to embrace it. I want to see more of that chaos. Let's see more whiffs. Let's see more double commits. Let's see if we can match and get another 1 km/h goal like we did that one time.
Yeah, I think like one of the better experiences in Rocket League. I mean, obviously once you get to the top levels, it starts being like serious and competitive. And there's a lot of interesting things you can get there. But one of the most interesting parts of Rocket League is watching people develop their skills, and at the point at which they realize, if I just start going for the most ridiculous stuff, eventually it's going to work out. And that's what I'm keen for, you know? There's 1 in a million chance of this play coming off, but like, what if it does though, you know? Like, I'm clipping it, I'm putting it on Twitter, I don't care, no context, it's fine. And that's what I want to see. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Raze has kind of gone for a couple of those, to be honest. Like,
yeah, Raze is pushing. I'd say Try 420 is pushing for it as well.
Yeah.
That's something fun. And then when they miss horribly and make zero contact with the ball, we can laugh with them, not at them, because they know how ridiculous they're being in going for those kinds of plays. Speaking of which, going for pinches like that. Exactly what I'm hoping for, and it does get the defense a little off balance, although they're going to be able to clear it back up that other way. And of course, why would there be a defender? Fetch, defending doesn't score you points, attacking is what scores you points. Well, unfortunately, this blue side does have to rotate back eventually. Summer Hottie going to try to create some space. A late flick, not quite. Taco Blaster steals it away from behind, and the play will fizzle into the corner. Look, it's looking like we're going to be having a 2-0 showing at the moment in favor of Please Don't Hurt Us, and so far they have not been hurt. They're going to be 1 game away from the clean sweep.
Yeah, they are. And Taco Blaster.
Oh, my.
No. Oh, well. That was that the chaos and shenanigans you wanted there?
That was the save of the game.
Yeah. That's so unfortunate, though. Like, that's the sort of thing which I think we've all done and then just hid behind our keyboard. Been like, ah. At least it wasn't in a game where it's like 1 point in it, you know, like an overtime or something. Because that's happened to me. I can absolutely say that, like, I've been there, it's been overtime, and I've been like, whoops. So, you know.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, I usually go to in that situation is I just turtle the car and just hang out upside down in shame. But usually that's also because like a situation will have led to a direct goal. I obviously play to the buzzer. Something I recommend, something I always tend to do as we wait for our last player to ready up, and then we'll be able to get back into this matchup. Look, Please Don't Hurt Us. I have to admit, I'm actually not convinced they're going to get a sweep, as shocking as that sounds. If the technical issues for the serial killers can stick together, they showed a lot of improvement in that second game. The inclusion of the third member actually allowed them to get on the attack, and it should be worth noting, they had more shots on target than Please Don't Hurt Us did. Now, whether or not that was Please Don't Hurt Us perhaps kind of easing up a bit or not, we will see. However, if that trend does continue into this third game, well then, we could be seeing that clean sweep.
Yeah, and I'd be kind of excited to see that. We've seen a probably another computer crash and a massive ping spike, but that feels like the game we're playing right at the moment. You know, that just feels like how it is right now. This brings me back to the days of when this would happen in competitive Rocket League, like at like maybe not the toppest of top levels, but at pretty high levels where you'd end up in situations where there'd be like the servers would just decide, all right, it's jank time now, and yeah, a couple of players would just not be able to play. It was a great time.
It happened just last year. RLCSX in North America, the debut day, all the servers completely crashed and they had to postpone for an entire week.
Wow, yeah. I do actually remember that, like people talking about that now.
Yeah.
That's the dark days of Rocket League. I mean, it's clearly not that long ago either, but yeah.
Well, we've come a long way since then, and like honestly, there are constant improvements being made each and every sort of patch update that comes through. The big one right now, which I don't think a lot of players recognize, because I've actually seen it in effect right here. But Fetch, I'm sure you remember before you would join up into a lobby like and not mean to, and like no matter what, it would start the timer, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore. If you actually go back out of the game itself, like if you get out of the team selection, I should say, and go back to just spectating, the timer won't go off. They fixed that. So if you accidentally join a team, it's okay. You can still back out. You don't have to remake an entire lobby, and that's fantastic.
I'm glad we're dredging up all of the things which are all of like the embarrassing moments I've had on I'm joking. But like, yeah, I've definitely done that in like massive, like very important streams. I've just joined one of the teams I was trying to make the lobby, and everyone in the chat's just like, yeah, you have to remake. And like the whole process, you're just sitting there thinking, wow, yeah, this is all my fault, huh? So, good quality of life, exactly like you say. Opportunity for Taco Blaster, though, off the backboard. There was some fundamentals in that. I'm keen. But yeah, no one to back it up. That's,
and unfortunately, the shot wasn't quite accurate enough either, but good sign, good showing at the moment coming from the serial killers. They were able to get some attacking through, but now Summer Hotties looking for the double. Doesn't quite find that second touch. Now going to have to race back as we see a double commit by the defenders, but it does wind up in Raze's control. A goal here would really put the serial killers in a bad situation. Please don't hurt us. They want that 2-goal lead. They're going to try to force it through the corner, but they can't get the space from the wall. Now we go back the other way. Raze was staying back as goalkeeper, but is juked out. Nearly see the goal, but it doesn't quite come through.
Yeah, and I kind of didn't touch on your point about how the fact that it might not be a sweep, but I agree with you. And I think a point to that which could play to the favor of that is the fact that, yeah, okay, that doesn't help.
No, that's a point in the opposite direction. We'll call it a caster curse. Why not?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to them, Fetch? Why would you hurt them like that?
What can I say? I'm just a chaotic being like that. But that adds to our little counter we've had going. I actually don't know if we saw any own goals yesterday. I think we saw half an own goal. You know, we put out half the counter. But we have a curse. We have a curse in the AEL of own goals. We've had one stream this entire season where there hasn't been an own goal, and honestly, that was a bit of a unicorn, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it happens, especially in Oceania. We love our own goals here at OCE. It comes through at every level. As Summer Hottie's going to put one through. I still remember the quarterfinal match, RLCS, just a couple days ago. Amphis, the best player on Ground Zero, the best team within the country, scored one of the most amazing own goals to kick off like their quarterfinal series. Like I couldn't actually believe it. I'll try and find the clip for you a bit later, Fetch. But essentially, what had happened was he went for a challenge in the air, blew all the boost, and just got launched skyborne. And the play like developed 2 more touches, but the way how he arced, he just happened to like fall on the ball eventually and just pinch it right into the net. It was beautiful.
The sort of play which would never ever possibly happen, but it just does.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Ground Zero did go on to win that series though, so no harm, no foul. But it was very special from the #1 team as Nora swing and a miss might open the doorway actually for the serial killers. Challenge is happening just outside the box. No one able to quite punch it through just yet. As we see the Barbarian looking to throw back to Taco Blaster, but not able to challenge. Actually has to fall back on defense. That shot's going to look good, though. Off the backboard, not in yet. Raze follows it up with a touch, but it's not going to cross that line. Not until Summer Hottie has a crack, but Taco Blaster pushes it to the corner.
Yeah, we actually saw back-to-back 50s. That's pretty good. 50-50s contests, and yeah, you know, whatever you want to call them. But it's proper strings of offense kind of coming through in this series. I mean, fun. It is, you know, this is match point. It is Please Don't Hurt Us who are on map, who are like the beneficiaries of that match point. And they are dominating this series, this game in particular, I should say, pretty hard. So I don't think we see a turn of... If we are going to see a turn of high-level Rocket League, we've got a minute to watch it, right? You know, if it does happen. And there have been some improvements and things like that, like a little smother from Raze and things, but yeah, I feel like we've got 56 seconds left of this series.
Yeah, I would have to agree, especially with the way, well, now that's a 4-0 lead. I was going to say with the way how Summer Hottie is leading the attack. They led the attack to its conclusion. I mean, it was a good setup through that corner. Nora somehow able to get that ball right in front of the net. Summer Hottie, the trust in the team, the ability to read a ball bouncing around like that, again on point, and it's now a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and I mean, even though like top teams won't be able to find a 4-0 comeback if the competition is anywhere near close, it's a pretty big ask. I don't actually know if I've ever cast a comeback that big. I think that would be a little bit beyond what I've managed, or what I've seen at least.
Once or twice. I've seen it once or twice.
Okay.
I've seen it once or twice in competitive games as well. Okay, realistically, I've only seen the comeback of this magnitude. Yeah, I've only seen it twice. Both times within the Asian region, funnily enough.
Huh.
So never seen it in OCE. Only seen it in Asia Pacific South, to be even more. Oh no, one time in Asia Pacific South, one time in Asia Pacific North. Both of them. So,
okay.
Yeah.
A region which is full of very clutch players, apparently. Also, I do want to touch on the fact that Summer Hottie did go for a flip reset before.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. I liked it a lot. But with 1 second to go, ball hits the ground, and that's going to be our series. Chaotic one, I think. You kind of mentioned that it was a bit chaotic, and I think that is more than a fair assertion. You know?
Yeah, I think that series was It was a rough one for the serial killers in particular, and I'm worried that it's going to be affecting their mental a little bit, just because the technical issues I think affected their on field, and caused some issues there in terms of finding team synergy and just team morale. So I'm hoping that this squad is going to find ways to bounce back. But when you look at Please Don't Hurt Us, strong win for them. They got the win and they are moving on. It's a much needed win. I'm curious to see what happens when this team gets pushed a little bit more than what they did right now. So I'll be keeping tabs on them. Definitely an interesting team to see for sure, but I don't really think we saw all of what Please Don't Hurt Us has to offer.
No, I agree with that. I think Please Don't Hurt Us will have some more things to... sorry, I'm going to bring this back to us for a second. More things to bring to the table in terms of those plays, and we'll have to see how they go throughout the rest of the bracket. Of course, that does put an extra win on the board for them. Admittedly, that does put them at 2 wins specifically, but 2 wins, 1 loss. That's a pretty healthy kind of spot to be in, I think. You know, that's not a terrible sort of record. You are positive in this group. You have a chance if someone else can knock off one of the top teams. And I think that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll be able to keep that momentum going. It'll be exciting to see if they do.
Yes, absolutely. We will, however, have to cut to a quick break because there are going to be more games. But we're going to need a bit of time to prep for that one. So before we do that, before we get into those games, we're going to take a quick break. And we'll see you all very soon indeed. welcome back! It's still Fetch, it's still formal, we are still pressing video game buttons. Well, actually, we're talking about video games. There's other people pressing the buttons for us. It's great. It's fantastic. We don't even have to be the ones playing, because honestly, that would be an embarrassment.
Yep, yes, it would. Yes,
it would
yes,
be.
it would.
It would be a little bit.
You know, it's painful being bad at the video game. It really is.
But it's cool being able to talk about the video game. So, for those of you who've just tuned in, this is, of course, the AEL Riverina Cup 2021. This is presented by the city of Wagga Wagga to promote, Riverina citizens to get engaged with the community through esports. And honestly, I think that's a great thing for a government council to be doing. I just think it's such a cool thing to put on. Like, Rocket League is such a fun game. It is something which it's relatively easy for people to understand if you haven't seen it before. I'm sure you'll sit down, you'll start understanding the bits and pieces, pretty soon in. And I think that it's just a cool opportunity for people as well.
Yeah, I think it's been a fantastic opportunity, and there's been so many teams that actually signed up this year compared to last year when I had the opportunity to do this. It's pretty great to see, so I'm hoping we get to see, this event continue to grow and grow and grow. However, that said, I think it's time to go to the pitch for our second matchup, Fetch. Already the players are jumping in. It's going to be Jared Peterson in blue versus the Cactus Club in orange. I don't know how many cactuses actually are down in Victoria. Maybe that's because I live up in Queensland, but either way, I'm going to be excited to see how this side pulls up.
I'm so excited. It's the Buggy Brigade. Let's go. Oh, okay. Look at these cars. Look at these
this is great.
Beautiful.
This is what I wanted to see actually coming into this league. Absolutely. Teams having fun. Bring out the scarabs. Put on the wizard hats. Get the ugliest color combinations you can find. Oh, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I think I may have just found a new favorite team. That said, McRazzy, a.k.a. No Fun McRazzy McBuzz Killerton, is going to go ahead and find that first goal from midfield. 138 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, that's a pretty fast little shot there on target, but I mean, plenty of time for, of course, either team to make themselves known. It's a best of 5, just to get a sense of the format. I can't get over this Cactus team. I love their little buggies so much. I mean, look, their opponents, it's really sad because in any other tournament, their opponents would have some style, would have flair, but they've just been outclassed so far, and they're gonna have to, they're trying to make up for it by scoring goals, but the style is just too strong.
That's what I have to say, Fetch. Unfortunately, style doesn't really always necessarily translate to substance right now. 2 quick goals coming from Jared Peterson. I mean, the buggies are great, and I'll love the scarabs. I want to see more scarabs wherever we can. They need to start converting that into some points right now, because at the moment, it's looking a little one-sided. In fact, case in point, another chance. Oh, McRae's doesn't hit the open net, but does get out of the way for Ghost Vengeance to make it a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, exactly, and there's kind of a reason people don't run this as much. Don't use this vehicle. We are gonna have sound drop just while I double check the standings right at the moment. Jared Peterson so far yet to pick up a win. Cactus Club have picked up 1 for themselves, so both these teams looking to put kind of much bigger scores on the board. But it's a bit of a quiet start, at least for the Cactus Club in this one.
Yeah, definitely not the start they were looking for, which, by the way, forgot to read out the names. For Jared Peterson, it is 2-Inch Plum, McCrazy, as well as Ghost Vengeance. For the Cactus Club, well, it is, Cactus Platypus, Sparkachu, and The Muff. So very, very creative names, very interesting ones, as, I don't know, I always love seeing player names. I don't know why. It's just a nice way to sort of express yourself. Similarly with the player cards as well. And I think Cactus Club is definitely a team with a lot of personality.
Oh, so much personality. We saw the pre-game banter as well between the teams. Going on. There was even the cactus emote dropped in chat. That was like good to the bit. But that was going for both teams. I will say, we were giving a lot of props to the Cactus Club, and given their style, they deserve it. But yeah, the banter went both ways, and it was very friendly banter as well. It wasn't like we're gonna beat you and it's gonna be really one-sided. It was just like, it was friendly, it was fun, and it was honestly a great way to start a series.
So I'm going to mirror some talking points from Yummy Cheeseman, actually, in a podcast they were on recently called The Mind Clickers. I'm just going to go plug that one as well. It's a podcast run by the coach of the Renegades as 2-Inch Plumbus gets another goal. And essentially they were talking about how it's really hard a lot of times for Rocket League players in particular to actually show that personality on the pitch itself, because playstyle-wise, it's really hard to tell the difference unless you really study the game, except for the people who score lots of goals or get lots of demos. You can be known as one of those two things. But someone who's great at rotations and always is in the right spot is always tough to kind of figure out, like Cactus Platypus was in the right spot right there. So oftentimes for like these players to kind of more make that impact, it has to come from the personality that happens in, I don't know, car design, how they conduct themselves off pitch in the chats and the likes of the reputation that they get as more of a person than necessarily a player. And it's often a lot harder to translate, but to counter that, you just take one look at this Cactus Club right now, and I think it kind of tells you everything you know about them just by your eyes alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's the different like car fans. That's weird to say that I'm complimenting people who are fans of specific types of cars. I do love the rivalries though, and things like that. And you get that sort of thing coming through in some of the top players as well. And there's a couple of unorthodox car choices. I mean, obviously there are some which are just
I'd buy straight
but...
into it. If you're driving an Octane, you're bad. If you're driving a Fennec, you're even worse. To be honest, everyone on the pitch right now should be driving the Dominus. It is the best car, and I will stand it till the end of my days. But, you know, the Scarab's all right, too, just because of how, you know, hilarious it is. 4-1 lead still, just under 2 minutes remaining. Still pretty much in control of this Jared Peterson side in blue.
Yeah, and I mean, there was some scoring. Like, you know, we found the score from the Cactus Club. Maybe they come back as the series goes on. And it's been a lot less dominant, you know, and that's nice. That's good. We don't want to see too much of a stomp coming through in these games. When you do throw what is relatively random players in, you're probably going to get some results like this, right? That's just how the game goes. I'm just excited to see some aerials from these little buggies, because that is just such an exciting prospect of like a big aerial 50-50 taken by this tiny little ball with wheels.
So here's the thing, and like the Scarab has the same problem that the Battle Bus has, where when they go for aerials, it looks like they have zero control whatsoever. And we haven't really seen any aerial attempts yet, unfortunately, from the Cactus Club, although we might get, I mean, that's probably not the best example, because in that instance, the driver actually was out of control. But in controlled aerials, it looks very similar to that, where it's just like a car sort of flailing and rolling around in the sky. I'm with you, though. I do want to see it come through. At the moment, though, it's been pretty much no aerials from either team right now. I just don't think aerials are in the wheelhouse for both of these teams. They're each, I would say, a little bit newer to the game than some of the other teams that we've seen previously on this event. So it's going to be tough. Maybe we'll have to wait for another team. Maybe that team you loved so much from last week, that maybe you can convince them to play the Scarabs, and we'll get a bit more of that going.
That could be it. That could be like the That could be like the winner's thing, you know, have like a title of succession, but whoever wins gets the absolute honor of playing a Scarab.
Yeah.
I also appreciate how the Cactus Club are actually playing off the wall a bit. It's like they're actually role-playing their car, which is a whole extra level, you know? Twinge Palm is actually a nice defense. Oh, the Muff might have this. Nah, okay. Didn't quite work.
I also like how Cactus Platypus just hit the Muff like it was the ball, instead of hitting the ball itself and was trying to corner it. I think that also could have gone well. Now, it's been an interesting one. I just realized as this game winds down and we're going to see Jared Peterson getting the 1-0 lead, Fetch, I don't know what car you made.
I made the Breakout. It's the pump pedal.
Right,
yeah.
That's right. You're the Breakout. You're the Breakout. Okay. It's like the Dominus, but like, you know, less sexy.
Oh. But it's just such a little, like, flat friend.
Okay, so the Dominus is Southern California muscle. The Breakout is 80s vaporwave music video.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't put it like that. I don't have a counter argument to that. That's awful. I just picked the most car-looking car when I first started this game, which was like a while ago, but I mostly play on PS4, so I don't have much in this game. So I just grabbed the car, which looked the most like a car, and was like, great, done. Check me in. And I've just fallen in love with it since then. And I've lost so many goals because of how flat it is. Like, you'll like jump for the ball, and it'll go straight over the top, and you're like, that's embarrassing. I don't know if I can like face this game anymore.
You want a fun fact?
Okay.
The Scarab has the same hitbox as the Octane.
Okay,
they're practically the same car, which is also the same hitbox as the Fennec. Practically the same car. So how come we don't see people freestyling with these Scarabs out there?
Yeah, we criticize freestylers so much for not adding that much more flair into their vehicles. I feel like you get double points just for running a Scarab, and there's no reason why. Like that's not a thing. It's just like, it'd be like if someone was doing a professional diving event in like a proper professional, Olympic level diving routine in like, I don't know, a bear onesie or something. Like, I'd give double points to that. I don't know if it's any harder, but like, damn, props.
Also, props for that goal right there coming through straight off that kickoff. Goes Vengeance to sort of snipe that one from across the mid-pitch, and it felt a little bit backflip at the end for, I believe that was Sparkachu, who wasn't able to come through with the save. So game number 2 is starting where we last left off with game number 1. A quick 1-0 lead in favor of the blue side. Triple commit coming from the Cactus Club. You know what? Ride together, same car, same commit. Makes sense. They're working as a team for better or for worse, and now it's a little bit of a breakaway for the Cactus Platypus, who doesn't quite get that pass out of the corner they were looking for. Look, this second game, this is fun. This has just been a fun level of Rocket League. This is sort of like, again, these are newer players to the game where not every touch is going to be perfect, not every touch is going to be made, but no matter what, you're ball chasing, you're having a good time, you're smacking it around, and every time you make contact, it just feels good. It brings you back to the better days.
Absolutely. No, this is 100% it, where you just get to do stuff and have fun. And that's fantastic. Even seen some people just doing somersaults in the goal, like in the background, and it's just like, yeah, you do that. You know, like, it's making me happy. It's making me very happy indeed.
They really should have an updated hitbox for the Scarab, so it is like the actual ball itself, and you can literally roll. Like, when you get to, like, turbo speed or supersonic speed, you just start rolling like the ball itself. That would be great. That would actually make the Scarab the best car in the game.
That would, hands down, that would be the best thing ever. And you can, like, pull shot people into, like actually do that. Yeah, like we were talking about. That's so brilliant. I mean, it does look very satisfying when it flips over, I will say. This is like a vehicle which looks really, really nice when you do like a little tight front flip with it. It's like you've got the tuck part already in. But Sparkachu actually puts one through, and that's an equalizer. Proper, actually attacking structure set up here for the side of the Cactus Club, and it comes through from Sparkachu.
Yeah, just got all of that one, able to hit the ball in the sweet spot. 99 kilometers per hour, so one short of 100, but was very fast and rolling up to that play. So now, tie ball game, plenty of time for the Cactus Club to continue this momentum, maybe give themselves a lead. Maybe we'll get a proper series on our hand and not another 3-0 situation. Not that that last series doesn't count. However, I believe a 3-0 is a win. A 3-1 or a 3-2 is a series win.
Yes, you know what? That makes some sense. I'm not entirely sure why, but it does make some sense to me. Also, okay, another shout out, best antenna, Ghost Vengeance. It's the ducky. I love it. It's great. It's my profile picture. It's so good. I mean, not my profile picture in this, but my profile picture on my main account. And I love it. It's just perfect. We're talking about aesthetic designs.
So it's Vengeance who has it?
Ghost Vengeance, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rubber
so
ducky.
Cute.
Yeah, rubber ducky. Perfect for bath time. As we do see the Buff looking to line up a shot right now. Not going to find it. If we were not on stream, there would have been nothing stopping me from breaking out in some Sesame Street. As we do watch the 2-inch Plubus go ahead and clear this one across mid-pitch. Cactus Platypus has a look, but eventually it will actually start to go back the other way. Lob shot save. Sparkachu, probably with the most impressive save yet we've seen this game, able to get underneath it, bounce that ball off the top crossbar, and it even finds its way to a teammate. Unfortunately, no momentum past midfield, and Ghost Vengeance does find that left side. It's a 2-1 lead once again for Jared Peterson.
And it was a good pickup off that play off the wall. You know, had the speed, had the ability to put themselves in the right kind of position. It wasn't the high aerials we like, but it was not a terrible play either. It was definitely like some good stuff going on in there. I kind of realized a theory, by the way, in terms of this visual design.
Yep.
I think that the side of Jared Peterson, they are basically the crossover between Fast and the Furious and Sesame Street. Like, if you look closely at their designs, you know, they've got the really sleek-looking cars, and then, like, a comfy star pattern, or, like, a rubber ducky, or something like that. And I think that that's the aesthetic they're going for, and now that I get it, now that I've solved it, I really appreciate that.
I do, too. And just like I appreciated that goal right there, a really delicate touch coming from the 2-inch Plumbus to just sort of float that one into the net. Very well played. 2-goal lead right now. Ghost Vengeance goes for the aerial. Cactus Platypus actually had the aerial touch as well. It attempted, leads to the double commit, but no one's there to make it through. Bit unfortunate for the Cactus Club, who are running out of time to get themselves back in this game. They're going to need to turn this scoring opportunity into some points. A chance in front of the net. Cactus Platypus finds it, and we're back within 1 with 1:08 to go.
Yeah, it's a proper game now. It's 3-2, 1 minute left. Definitely time for the Cactus team, especially if they can set up an attack like that. I mean, they've had a couple of these opportunities where they've swung it down the field and then had a few consistent attacking attempts. So I hope that they I actually feel like that's something they can definitely do. And I hope that we do get an overtime in this, because that would just be the most ridiculous thing ever, and I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, I want to stay on Beckwith Park tonight as long as possible. Low-key, my favorite map in the game, and then when you get some beautiful-looking cars like we see right here, the Muff had a chance for the dunk, but wasn't able to find it. Well, then you want to keep things extended. Under a minute to go, and the Cactus Club needing that equalizer goal to keep themselves within striking distance in this series. Don't want to go down 2-0. It's always a bad time, but with the ball back on their side of the pitch, it's going to be a tough effort to find that last goal.
Yeah, it is a little tricky. They have to still do it, though. I mean, this is a 1-0 scoreline, despite what the top of the screen seems to say. And so, you know, 1-0 scoreline in terms of the game series, but 2-inch Plumbus just bounced it over both the defenders.
2-inch Plumbus does it again twice now. We've seen this delicate touch come through despite the players screaming at the ball, and that is the mark of someone who understands, you know, car and ball control. Really well done. 4-2 lead. That's probably going to ice game number 2 in favor of Jared Peterson, and at this stage, they're now going to be 1 game away from that clean sweep.
Yeah, and that's it, right? That's the important thing here, and that'll be Jared Peterson's first win in this tournament, which is, yeah, it's obviously you want to get that first win as early as you can, but a couple of rounds, I should say, in, that still feels pretty good. There it is. There is their second game off the back, and that's gonna feel pretty good for them to get that, you know, with their comfy but sleek car vibes.
Yeah, that was a very, very well played game right there, and with that, it's looking like it's going to be Jared Peterson 1 game away. This could be the series where they bring it together. This could be the series where they finally get themselves a win overall, but they're still going to have to finish right now. And Cactus Club, they showed a bit more fight in that second game than they did in the first. They were able to get a couple nice-looking goals as we were going straight into our third game. No rest for the Wicked right now. This is going to be a big one right now.
Oh, wait, we've changed gears. Look at this car.
Which
Just
one? What are we looking at?
Hot Wheels.
Oh!
Yep. It just pops up on your screen. You're like, oh, I see. We're getting serious here. Ghost Vengeance, though, says, doesn't matter. I'm going to put the first goal in. And just to play to your point there about, or to talk to your point, sorry, about Cactus Squad getting a lot better in that game, they actually had the same number of shots on target. They had the same amount of offense. It was just a matter of being able to find that like extra little hit to put it through.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you need sometimes, that little bit more accuracy in your touches, as the Muff actually is going to go ahead and fight Cactus Platypus underneath. Sparkachu, though, is going to be the one first back on defense in the corner, slowing the pace down. Already a goal deficit, hoping to see Cactus Club get a bit of attacking pressure going. Sparkachu doing just that, gets the ball to the backboard, finds the bump as well, but the Cactus Platypus unable to follow up with the next touch as well. They've lost their Cactus Topper, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's that. Why I thought it was I thought it was Pikachu who had that, who had the Cactus Topper. I know it's like a bait because I remember noticing that Platypus had the sunglasses, and I was like trying to figure out if they were going for some sort of like RPG class thing where it's like you know, the rogue with like the sunglasses, the wizard with the wizard hat, and like the warrior with a big tough cactus. But that is absolutely a stretch.
Yeah, that's yeah, when I think warriors, unfortunately cactuses are not what comes to mind, especially in like the D&D sense. There's better toppers than that for like, I don't know, maybe like a can of spinach or something. Is that a topper? Do we have the Popeye spinach in Rocket League yet?
Surely we do. Surely we'd have like something similar to it at least, you know? With how popular, there are a surprising number of memes about like spinach and things similar to it, so I'd be surprised if there isn't, but that's what we might have to do the research on. Get the hard facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that check your toppers, everyone. See what your strongman topper is. Definitely not the cactus, though, and I'm not taking any other plant-based items. That's saved for the druid.
Oh, yeah, a desert druid. That's actually a cool idea. Well done. Well thought out.
That is a cool idea. Whoa. I'm going to give you credit for it because I wasn't thinking desert druid. I was just thinking druid in general, but a desert druid? That'd be fun.
That would be
I don't even like D&D, but I'd be willing to give that a try.
Yeah, same. Why, of all people, we're talking about D&D? This is great, amazing.
Because there's a wizard named the Muff currently playing for the Cactus Club.
It's very, very true. That is actually very, very true. And they have a spaceship as well. A Hot Wheel spaceship, which is
they're going
also
to
kind
magically make their own defense disappear. See, look at that. Wow. No, I joke.
No,
I joke. But no, it's been a rough showing so far, actually, for the Cactus Club. But this one, hopefully, they're going to be able to bring it back as that ball gets lobbed up. Cactus Platypus going to push things forward. Ghost Vengeance collecting it from that back corner. Halfway through this third game, still only 1-0, as it might change right now. Delicate touch from McCrazy, but it's not enough to go into the net. Cactus Platypus is going to be the one who clears it out of that backboard, but McCrazy will shut it down in the middle of the field.
And it is one goal, right? It's one goal. We've seen the fact that Cactus can mount an attack. It's not all over. It's not all done. I think, yeah, you're right. It's not an easy stretch for them, given the fact they have had some troubles getting the points on the board. With counterattacks like that! Oh, it swings in! There it is! Sparkachu gets it, and there it is. Suddenly the game is even.
Yeah, and I mean, Sparkachu just finds that next touch, beating Ghost Vengeance to the play. And we have ourselves a tie ball game right now at 1 apiece. Under 2 minutes remaining. Hope still for the Cactus Club if they're able to find that next goal. If they're able to take this on to a game 4, you feel like anything could happen, though. This kickoff is looking good. It's looking very good. Cactus Platypus off the top post and in 2-1 lead for the Cactus Club.
So, like, not to break out too much analysis, but I love how the Muff and Sparkachu understood immediately what they had to do. They run up either side of the ball, they just take out the player who was attacking it and go, all right, buddy, all yours. And it's a clean kickoff goal. Like, they both just charge the player. They get a touch on the ball as well to make sure that, you know, option coverage. But at the end of the day, they just kind of spear tackle the opposing attacker off the ball and go, yeah, all right, it's Cactus Platypus to put it away.
Oh, that's a big bump from Cactus Platypus as well, but the middle of the control field is going to be held by McCrazy. As McCrazy actually slowing it down in the corner, swinging to miss from the first defender, swinging to miss from the first attacker. Sparkachu decides to take it slow so they don't miss as well, but that tees up Ghost Vengeance for a cross-pitch play. 2-inch Plumbus keeping that ball just outside the box. Pinch shot, and it goes in. What? That is a tough shot to pull off even at the highest levels, and it might not have been the fastest, but it's definitely a good show of team synergy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it was the right speed. It was exactly what it needed to be given the positioning of the defenders. So fantastic. Huge credit.
Yeah, great little goal right there going in favor of Jared Peterson, who are once again a goal away, it appears, from finding their first win of this jump. And it could come right here. Plumbus puts it a bit high. The net was open, but they couldn't find that strike. Perhaps Ghost Vengeance will be able to find the pass, instead lobbing it right over the box. Here comes the Plumbus, but it's Sparkachu who makes the read. Under a minute to go. Next goal probably wins this game, Fetch, and both teams desperately feel like they need it.
Oh, they absolutely do. I mean, Ghost Vengeance is just pinging it forward, wants to close it in regulation. None of that overtime stuff. Let's just take a clean 3-0 in the regular part of the game. And actually a big aerial contest. Tried to pass it off to someone, but didn't quite have the tools to do it. Sparkachu might run through this corner. And yeah, I'm actually, this is the 30 seconds, which is going to be quite intense and quite interesting.
Cactus Platypus looking to play the corner right now. Defenders starting to get a little clumped up together, but if the Muff doesn't make the read, that opens up a chance. Plumbus goes for a delicate touch, but does wind up losing possession. The rest of the attack a bit too far back to really follow that one through. As it's looking more and more likely we're going to get our first overtime of the afternoon, unless this shot goes in straight down the center. Plumbus may have just put the Cactus Club away.
And they put more than 2 inches on that shot. It was a whole half the field. You're all welcome, pun fans out there. That wasn't even a pun, but yeah. 2-inch Plumbus, dying seconds of the series to take it to a 3-2 lead, forcing a kickoff goal for Cactus if they want to stay in it. But actually, 2-inch Plumbus keeps the ball alive for a little bit longer. There's the attempt still could happen. Nah, it just grounds it. Jared Peterson ends up being the team who are advancing through. They're keeping themselves in it. There's the 3-0 sweep for them. And hey, that was kind of a fun series. That was a very fun series, I should say.
I like both these teams. I would argue that compared to some of the matches and some of the players that we saw earlier in the afternoon, might not be at that same level, but in terms of having fun and enjoying the game, I don't know. I felt it exuding from each of these squads, and that's more what this competition is about. So from my end, watching this one, it was fun. This is what we want to see, and I've got some good news, actually, because it looks like we're going to be getting the Cactus Club at it yet again.
Ooh, that is some pretty good news, but that match will happen. If it's the match which is going to go ahead, which I'm pretty sure it is. If I don't, I will have to double, triple check my schedule afterwards, but it'll be happening after a break. So make sure that you don't go anywhere. We'll see you very soon. thank you so much for sticking with us for this broadcast, which has been put on by the city of Wollongong. It's the Riverina Cup from AEL. My name is Fetch, this is Max Formal, and we are getting into some to the third match very soon. I'm actually going to chuck us straight over to the challenge page, because we may as well have a look at it, which for some reason doesn't actually have a challenge page on it. Is that better?
Interesting.
That looks better.
So I'm going to draw attention. Okay, no, you fix it?
Yeah, it's good.
We good? Okay, I was about to say, because I was going to draw attention back over to me because, you know, talking about getting back into it, well, we have to get back into it proper. I found my old City of Wagga hat. For those who remember last year, we rocked this bad boy, and I think it's time we get this back on because I'm fully back into the spirit of things right now.
Yeah, it looks good. I like the yellow. It clashes perfectly with the green in the background. I love it. And the
hey,
blue
green and
got around.
gold, Green Bay Packers and Australia. I don't know, a 1-2 punch. Seems
Yeah,
nice.
it works pretty well. I don't know. I really want to do some like crazy mental, you know, kind of like calculation, see if I can sort of combine Green Bay and Wagga somehow. But I got nothing. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Yeah.
When the NFL eventually does have a show match in Australia, if it's not in the city of Wagga and it doesn't involve the Packers, I'll be very upset.
Ah, nailed it. You got me. You got me there. Okay, cool. Well done. We've brought it all around. But yeah, having a look at this matchup, it's going to be Bangladesh 1G up against the Cactus Club. We just saw the Cactus Club play, struggled to keep up with Jared Peterson, the team before, but it was a fun time. It was a very fun time. This team clearly has a lot of energy, and it looks like we're getting straight into the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time again, but here's the thing. It doesn't look like they're going back to the Scarabs. The Cactus Club going to just, you know, octanes, and that hurts me inside, especially because there's still Scarabs on the pitch, Fetch. They're just on the Bangladesh side. They're the ones busting out the Scarabs this time around, and with some novelty cowboy hats and police sirens, I feel like I found a new favorite team.
Yeah, it might just be it. This might have been the heel turn of the century coming through. I'm joking. We still enjoy the Cactus Club. But Bangladesh 1G doing some good things with that. Piva actually tried to get a double touch. A Scarab double touch would be class, but it comes off the backboard still to Frankel. And there it is. The opening goal is coming through for the Scarabs this time.
I love Frankel's touch right here. Just a nice, delicate one, splitting the uprights of the two defenders to get that one through. And you know what I also appreciate about Frankel? Got the green car, got the yellow hat. Remind you of anything right now?
Yeah, I think I'm starting to see a pattern, you know? I mean, they've all got their kind of color schemes going as well. This is important to me too, right? It's not just that you have the nice cars, it's that you've got contrasting color schemes. I think they've all got a bit of green in them somewhere, but they've gone like blue, yellow, and actually just green and green. So that's kind of neat. But the important thing, the really important thing here, which is keeping the Cactus Club in the game, is the fact that that they still have the Cactus Topper. That's it. That's what's keeping them in this game, I reckon.
100% agree. Cactus Topper, 10 out of 10 is what you need for these games to work. As we see the ball kind of bounce more towards the middle of the net, Frankel has a look, but isn't able to follow it through with the touch from above. Still an early 1-0 lead, though, for Bangladesh, and so far they have been a bit faster of a team. Case in point, they're always there for either the challenge or just straight up the first one to the ball. Now, the challenges haven't always been the most accurate. I don't think these are, you know, Scarab mains coming together, so they're getting accustomed to the car. My goodness. The more I look at the car of Donnie, the more I'm enamored by it. There's something new I notice each and every time. Those stripes, the color variation between them. It's something to behold.
It's a work of art right there. We always get the close-up as the goal almost comes through. It was a demo instead, but you're right. There is a lot going on in these cars. There it is. There's the close-up.
Did you notice the elves? The elves in the wheels?
Oh, I hadn't. Oh, you're right. I noticed like the little grass around the outside, but I hadn't got to that level. Oh, this is artwork incarnate. I mean, I also like Piva's sort of old Western style, you know, got the wagon wheels, got the cowboy hat, all of those things coming together. That's also pretty class, I'm going to say.
It is, but Gnome Wheels take the cake. Nothing's going to beat it. Gnome Wheels win everything, especially when you're the one scoring the goals as well. 2-0 lead now in favor of the Bangladesh side.
Yeah, they are making these Scarabs work. Straight up, and you know, it's Tony Belts who gets it as well. When you get a compliment, apparently you just managed to get the goal as well. Actually, no, I do remember Bangladesh 1G. They had I can't remember what it was, but in their last stream last week, they had that synergy going. That's right. I knew there was a reason I I had a bit of a smile when I read this team's name again this week, and that was it. I think it might have been the hats, but they love coming in with the coordination, and honestly, I respect it so much.
I just respect any team that's out here having fun. Like
Yep.
for me, that's always the sort of the big driving pull. And I mean, yes, the Cactus Club aren't finding wins, but they're definitely coming into this one with a bit more of an open mind. You can tell how they're messing around with their car selection, having fun with a bit of banter and like legitimate friendly banter. Maybe not necessarily the same type of banter that we saw last night, but it is always good to see. And I don't know, it always is going to be a soft spot for me for events like this. So again, a big thank you to the city of Wollongong for putting on this Wagga, I should say. Sorry, my apologies.
I did that so much last year. I think I did.
You did that earlier.
I think I did it the other way
today.
around. Oh, did I?
Yeah, you did that, and that's what threw me off because I'm like, oh, okay, my American is showing a little bit, even though I live in Brisbane. That's not Victoria. I thought Wagga Wagga was just a code name for Wollongong.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, it's not like I think right at the moment until you get to the until we get to the Wollongong stream. You know, if Wollongong you're listening, we'll absolutely put on a stream for you. Oh, the ball falls across the goal by Piva. But until then, clearly Wagga Wagga is the superior of the two.
I'm getting old. I'm getting old,
Oh,
Fetch.
no.
I'm getting Wollongong and Wagga Wagga confused. I called the Nintendo Switch a Wii. This isn't good times. You pass that golden age of 30 and everything goes downhill.
Oh no. In that case, I'm going to say I'm an early bloomer in terms of my inability. But to be fair, okay, I forget that there have been two different Wii consoles, which were like fundamentally different generations.
Yeah,
and
the Switch is neither of them.
Yeah, exactly. True. But the fact that it came out like back when Kath and Kim was on the air, that messes with me. There it is. That was I think that was the own goal for this game. If I saw that one right. Yep. All right.
No, that was Connie. I'm pretty sure.
Was it? I thought there was an unfortunate touch from the defense.
Well, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
But look, I'm just surprised Kath and Kim was on the air full stop. To be quite.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
4-0 lead in favor of Bangladesh. They're looking like they're going to be cruising to a Game 1 victory at the end of this one. Piva going to keep that attacking pressure moving forward. It's been a bit of a one-sided affair. The car swap definitely not doing any favors, I feel like, to the side of the Cactus Club. You spend all that time getting used to the Scarab, and then you switch it up for something that is meta. And trying to force meta, never the right go. Should always play comfort. And there is nothing more comfortable than a wagon-wheeled green ball with a yellow novelty cowboy hat. That is the Scarab. So definitely comfort coming out on top for this first game, as it will be Bangladesh holding on.
Yeah, you know what, Bangladesh, we may not be able to go out. We may not be able to, sort of have our tournaments and our festivals, now get-togethers. But Bangladesh, they're bringing the carnival to you with their setup. Beautiful stuff. And also bringing a 4-0 lead home to themselves.
Yep, good opening game, and so we get to see. Do we have the? There it is. Perfect victory dance. That's just what I was hoping for. Don't need the coordination of like, let's say, the Rancid Rats or anything like that. Nah, just go out there, have your front member do a flip. And that's all you need. Keep it simple. I like it. Bangladesh kept that win simple with a 4-0 victory despite the ping. Now we're seeing actually on Frank Cole right there. For the Cactus Club to come back in this one, first things first, I want to see them get a goal through. And if they can start getting some momentum, then we can start talking about them being well and truly back in the series. But as it stands, very one-sided right now.
And it's not like they haven't picked up wins. It's sort of like rough to see them get 4 losses in a row in terms of the game score. But they have already won a series. They've already shown that they can do it. So, it's just sort of probably unfortunate matchups here. It's very much like why we talk about like results-based analysis as being a little bit trashed here, because sometimes teams just have bad days or have good days. So yeah, I reckon Cactus Club can pull out at least to win this series, and it's only 1-0 so far. It's very pretty early days in this series, at least.
Do you notice what I noticed?
Oh, I just did. It just clicked, and I'm so happy. And this is their win condition. They are playing.
No, they're back
they
in
have
it.
one
They're back
draft. They are playing to their win condition. I'm so proud of them.
Absolutely. I mean, they've pulled the damn one. The meta has adjusted to them, and now they are going to victory. As an aside, how kind of ridiculous is it that Damwon's one weakness has always been the support, and it just happens that Yuumi becomes into meta the most, like, It doesn't matter. Like, your support can't get caught out if it's a Yumi, because it's never going to be on its own. Uh-oh, Damwon looks like the best team at Worlds. Either way, 4 minutes remaining right now, and still no goal to be had.
That was a little tinfoil hat there for my liking, but hey, maybe. So is that?
I'm
is
not
that?
saying.
No, I know. I'm
calling
sorry.
it a
I'm being.
conspiracy theory, but Frank Cole is going to get the goal. I just think it's funny that, like, it worked out perfectly for Damwon, just like it worked out perfectly right here for Bangladesh.
I agree. Yeah, no, Bangladesh just like happened to have been practicing these buggies, and they see the meta shift coming from Cactus Club. They watched the VODs, they did the research, and they're like, "It is our time to shine, friends."
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the case, and they are shining quite bright, despite the fact that their cars might not be as colorful. Although that's a. Oh, I almost like it. I almost like it. It's so close. The body, the colors are sick from Sparkachu, but I'm not a fan on the wheels, unfortunately. Although they do fit the Utopia Coliseum to an extent.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that there's probably some theming there and some ideas, but I agree. I think that there could, like, it's almost so neat, a different body. Like, I think that the actual body itself could be slightly different, but it does work pretty well in that car.
Yeah, if the body, you're right. If the chassis was maybe a little rounder, a little bit more compact.
Like a sphere kind of shape? Like a ball?
Yeah.
I could see that.
That would work. All right. Now some fashion advice from us to you, Sparkachu. Username still checks off, though, so at least you have that going for yourselves. Unfortunately, still looking for the first goal as the second one nearly comes through for the Bangladesh side. A bit of a swing and the miss in front of that goal line, and now ball's going to slowly make its way back to the other side of the pitch. Cactus Platypus doing a little dribbling with the Scarab.
I was so excited about that. That's something I was going to say in our last series. We almost saw a dribble from the Scarab, and it looks so funny. I love it so much.
Is it called ground juggling?
You lost me.
Well, okay, I guess not then. Either way, Sparkachu's going to get that ball towards the backboard. Piva doesn't find the angle this time, and that will lead to a bit of a clear more across that middle of the pitch. Oh, Donnie may have misread that one, not once but twice. Come on, Donnie, third time's a charm. There you go. Keep it held up for the teammate. Piva's going to bang it straight down the center. Just over 2 minutes remaining, and it's potential for a 2-0 lead, but the shot from Frankel is not on target.
Yeah, and like, to be fair, Cactus, they're keeping them to 1 goal right at the moment. That's the that's the big thing for it. They're holding on the defense better. The buggies are just too good in defense. That's one of their big strengths. When you come into a game like this and you see a buggy, it's so hard to get around it. It's spherical, it's the same shape as the ball. It just magnetically attracts that to you, it feels like sometimes. But yeah, you know, that's Cactus, like, jokes aside, they are kind of keeping a few shots on. They're getting this kind of the stats aren't fully falling in their favor, but they're falling more in their favor than they were before. Muff tries to ping it downfield. There are no defenders back just yet. If they can get a good center, this might be it. Piva sets it up in an awkward position, but Sparka comes off the body in an awkward kind of angle, and you know what? Wouldn't have happened if there was fear.
True. That's just, you know, one of the benefits of having the car with the exact same hitbox. That said, Frankel is going to try to get some backward pressure right now. Sparkachu has a look, has a read, but doesn't make contact. Saves it for the teammate instead. Final minute. Double commit on the attack, but the ball still hits the backboard. No opening through at the moment. Cactus Platypus actually clears it down the middle, but Donnie was playing around that center pitch, looking to cut it off, looking for the dribble, gets the second touch. Sparkachu will clear it to safety. Under a minute to go. A goal still needed to tie.
That would take it to an overtime. The overtime we've been waiting for a series and a half now. Cactus Platypus wants to run it up the side. This could be the opportunity, but again, they need to break it out of this. Donnie Greltz fantastically kind of breaking that midfield pressure and being able to put the attack on right away. And, you know, Bangladesh are doing a good job of that, and they actually get a goal off it too.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise at the tail end of it all. Piva, very delicate touch, but it's a tough angle nonetheless, and right in the middle of the goal. Credit for the placement, credit for the point. 2-0 lead. I think that's going to be a series score as well in just 25 seconds. Very well done by the Bangladesh team.
Yeah, and there's very little chance to come back in this one. It's going to have to be the reverse sweep for the Cactus Club. And maybe they do it. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's just, you know, the motivation they need to pull back into the series. They've clearly made adaptations and improvements, and they need to clear this one out, though, and that's unfortunate from Frankel, but I think at that point it didn't really make too much of a difference.
3-0 scoreline. If we weren't sure before, we're definitely sure now it's going to be a victory in favor of Bangladesh. And I'm with you. I want to believe in the reverse sweep, but first I want to see Cactus Club get a goal, because this is 2 games in a row that they're probably going to be shut out on, assuming these 7 seconds go as it should. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the Cactus Club. I just feel like they have their moments. They are able to attack on occasion, but they haven't been able to find that accurate shot. And unfortunately for them, they haven't found many shots at all, realistically. Only 2 shots throughout the entirety of that second game. Bangladesh 1G, well, is 1G away from the clean sweep.
True, very true indeed. And they are, looking to pick that shutout. It does feel kind of rough for Cactus Club though. You got 3-0 in the last game. You come back. You might get 3-0 in this one as well. Especially as your strategy being turned against you. But they still have games to play with, right? They can still. When I say games to play with, they still have games to play specifically. Is what I meant to say. They still have the ability to put this, put the best foot forward in this next series, and see if they can kind of turn that into an early advantage and possibly a lead and a comeback into this full series.
Well, that's what we're going to be hoping to see, although I'm still not sure the Cactus Club team synergy is in place right now. Not only are they double committing on the kickoff fetch, but still I'm seeing Octanes and I'm seeing Piva getting kickoff goals. 1-0 lead out of the gate. The Muff never even connected.
Yeah, the Muff does not connect to that game. Maybe if you have 3 players in the defensive line, you're able to get that one. Sometimes your players aren't quite ready for the start, or they like hit go and then kind of stretch your hands. You're like, oh no, the play's straight back on. Goes for technical issues, who knows? But yeah, it's not really the start Cactus Club want, huh? They needed to kind of find a bit more of that aggression, need to find the attack, preferably early. But yeah,
Muff
still playing with
moving.
3v2. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's 2 quick goals in favor of this blue side right now as we watch this one again. Piva scored the first goal and will find the second, just beating past the Muff, who is apparently stuck on the join team screen, I'm being told. I'd like to think, you know what, no, that's an excuse, but more realistically, I think the mechanics messed up with the car. It's stalling out. Although off the kickoff, Cactus Platypus is able to get one back.
Yeah, and there we go. Okay, that's their first goal into this series. You said that's the first step into sort of them mounting this comeback. And hey, find a couple more like that, it'll look a little bit better.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to be able to bring it back. Did I just hear someone... Wait. I am so confused. I could have sworn I just heard like an in-game audio effect of just someone going choo-choo.
Yeah, I heard that before. I think one of the players has a car effect, which is just someone speaking. And I love it.
I want to know what that is.
Yeah. It's great,
Awesome.
though. I'm glad we could have both misheard it, but surely not.
No, I think there's a choo-choo. There's a train. There's someone who's in love with trains out there on the pitch, and I need that for my car. Because, like, I already have the annoying cat screams, and by annoying, I mean amazing and wonderful, but if I could get the choo-choo as well, I mean, that's... Whoa.
That really is leveling up your game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That is up there with getting a rig headset in terms of audio, like, peak audio gameplay.
Oh. How are you not doing every single sponsor read with segues like that? Aficionado as Piva going to play off that backward, looking underneath the Frank goal, 3-1 lead.
Yeah, there it is. That's the sort of buff that you like to see in Rocket League. Gotta get a couple of goals under your belt, so it's not just relying on kind of, hoping your opponent doesn't get one miraculous play. So, Bangladesh feel more comfortable. I don't think they ever felt particularly uncomfortable in this series, though, I'm going to be honest.
No, I don't think they have ever either, actually. They've always kind of felt in control, and it's pretty easy when your opponents are averaging about like 3 or 4 shots a game, and yes, they did get their first goal. I don't think we should be downplaying that. Cactus Club were able to get on the board, but the immediate response with that backward pass, which was probably the most intricate goal we've seen in this series thus far, kind of tells me Bangladesh still is the team in control of this one, looking at that clean sweep as it gets more and more likely, but just 3:17 remaining. Frank Cole will get that ball up and off the backboard. Here comes Piva. It's going to be pushed to the corner, not quite on its mark just yet. Very interesting game in terms of how we're seeing a bit more life from the Cactus Club, but it's not really working out for them.
Yeah, not quite. Plenty of time to play, though. They've still got that one goal. Sparkachu puts it in front of the goal, though. A beautiful rotate back by Frank Cole. And it's kind of, that's the thing, like, Bangladesh, they aren't, like, they have the rotations down. They may not be the pretty aerial team, but they kind of got the rotations, and Piva's just going to carry that one right around the rim of the goal, around the world, and into the goal.
That will be the hat trick for Piva in this third game as well. 3 goals. All of them kind of solo played as well, with Piva just getting possession and driving it straight towards the net. Granted, this one did come from the corner, but it was a straight angle from said corner. Muffo looks to respond, but Piva will shut it down. And now, once again, the entire pitch opens up for Bangladesh, and they're already looking to make this one a 5-1 game.
Yeah, that would be... I mean, obviously it would be a sizable lead. That's pretty much it. It'd be... yeah, just immediately done. Donny Grells puts that one away, and I'm not sure what else there is to really say about this series. I think it's pretty much going to go the way of Bangladesh 1G, and they look good in doing it as well.
Yeah, they look very comfortable, very in control, and I mean, this is a team. It surprises me that you told me they're 2-2. It tells me that I think the top of this group might be fairly significant opponents, because Bangladesh looks so comfy out on the pitch. Now, granted, we haven't seen too much in the world of like aerial play or, you know, big team hookup in terms of the pass plays, but we're also seeing them run scarabs. And as much as we've been joking around and having a laugh about it, the car selection, it's a comfort thing, and I can almost guarantee you these players do not main the scarab, so it's definitely not them playing at their full capacity, but 100% they are the superior team on the pitch right now.
They are. And I also just realized something. To go back to the Scarab once again, Piva, their little antenna, it's nugget of gold, I'm pretty sure. It fits with the wheels, it fits with the hat, the whole thing. It gets very Gold Rush kind of feeling to it, and that whole completion, almost a goal for Pikachu, though, gonna have to be cleared out by Piva. We've been there a few times. We had the ball in front of the goal for the side of the Cactus Club, but it's not quite gone over, and it ends up going all the way down the other side, and Donny Grelts gets it.
Here we go. 6-1 lead, Fetch. A minute 21 remaining. Do we visit South America on this lovely evening?
Last week, I think Bangladesh 1G were in a very similar position. I don't remember which side of it they were on, and ended up going 1 goal too many, or maybe 2 goals too many, but it was very close. Maybe they're not going to let this opportunity slip past them again. But hey, if Cactus Platypus has anything to say about it, that might not get the option. And in fact, they absolutely do have something to say about it. There's the spinning in the air celebration, and it ends up being a 6-2 now, as the Cactus Club are kind of swinging in aggressively in this one.
And that right there, you can see in the chat. Well, I'm not sure you can see in the chat. I can see in the chat Piva immediately expressing just disappointment. Broken hearts, the Brazil no longer obtainable, and the unhappy face says it all. But a goal well deserved for sure by the Cactus Club. They get to play spoiler in some facet, and even though they won't find themselves the match or the series win, they're going to be quite happy that they ruined at least some part, I would imagine, of Bangladesh's day.
Yeah, they I see what you're doing. We got the plan. We took one win off them at least. But yeah, with 44 seconds to go, this final game, the final series of this stream, probably gonna start wrapping up. Well, probably gonna be, not a lot more in this one. Actually, 30 seconds left. Cactus Platypus almost had another opportunity. Sparkachu there for the cover, playing that secondary play to try and ping it in, doesn't quite work through it. It's suddenly turned a fair bit scrappier. Okay, maybe not suddenly, but it has become just that much scrappier right here.
Yep, it's going to be a little bit of a messy ending. I think everyone's getting their ball chase out of their system now that the game is pretty much over and done with. Final 10 seconds, last chance to end your night on a exceptional high, if you can find that goal, or perhaps going the other way. The Muff looking for Cactus Platypus, got the touch, got the shot, got the goal. And our final scoreline most likely is going to be 6-3.
That feels a bit better. You know, it's not a goalless game. It's not well, they let one in. You managed to find yourself a couple. Cactus Platypus actually found all 3 of those to a hat trick to get close to the end of the series. And I'm kind of proud of that. That's nice.
Yep, as that is going to end this one. Donny Geltz asks if this is last goal wins. And, well, fortunately, I should say for the side of Bangladesh, no, it is not. However, that would be a very interesting game mode.
That would be. How would that work? Oh, you know what would be neat? And I'm going to cut back to us for this because it's incredibly important. What would be really, really neat is if you had something like, what's the mode of the power-ups? I always forget the name of it.
Rumble.
Rumble, yeah, you have something like Rumble. But the more, it's sort of, when it gets to like the last 30 seconds, it's golden goal. But you get a better power-up the more goals you've scored. I reckon that's huge. Something like that. Something in that kind of vein. Or even just your car moves faster or something. I don't know. I'd be
you
keen
get
for
more boost. You get or something like along those. I don't know. I like the idea of last man standing, kind of like it's whoever scores the last goal wins.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it works. So
I don't mind that. I'm putting way
That'd
too
be
much
fun
into
as
it.
well.
It's true. I'm getting,
yeah,
I'm
no,
getting way too complicated.
this isn't what
Fine.
Rocket League is. Rocket League is 3 versus 3, and most points wins the game, and usually a best of 5 series.
Yeah, such as the one we just saw, which was closed out by Bangladesh 1G in fantastic fashion. And that puts them in if I'm not mistaken. In fact, I have a bracket here I can use. That's fantastic. Bangladesh 1G will take themselves up to 3-2 with that win, which only puts them 1 behind Curtin Uni and 2 behind Yeah Right.
Yeah, that's pretty strong as a good finish for them. As we now actually, it looks like, have our official teams that are going to be playing in the top 8. We have our finalists, Fetch.
Ooh, that's very exciting, actually. I don't know if I have a graphic prepared for that, but it is exciting to hear. Do we want to have a quick run-through of those?
I
if
will.
You are
Yeah, I will.
with them? Yeah.
I am ready and willing. First of all, in that top spot, it's XV Official B. We also have the iconic 3, Rompa Stompas Vanguard. Your pick possibly to win it because you are the biggest Vanguard fan. XVA, or 15A perhaps, I'm not too sure if that's some Roman numeral action, but there's also XV Official B, so XV kind of representing 2 teams in this one. Sylvia getting in, as well as Yeah Right, as in Yeah Right the team, not Yeah Right, I'm making all this up, and Curtin Uni did get through. Now that's not in any particular order, those are the 8 teams that qualified though, so congratulations to them for making it to the next stage of this event.
Yeah, huge congratulations to them. It's going to be really exciting to see which of them can move forward. I do think that maybe Vanguard might actually be my pick. To be fair, they're the team I've seen on stream, so that's kind of where my analysis is coming from. But you know what? That's how I like to do things. But all of those sort of games will have to be... you have to stay tuned to see all those sort of games in the next few weeks. Of course, that was it for us for now. Stay tuned here. Follow us on social media, of course. Our social media handles are just below. I don't know why I pointed when I was too close to the camera, but yeah, thanks. Formal's got me. Thanks again to Rig, Enderme, AOC, Predator, and of course our presenting partner, Chartine, and the city of Wagga Wagga. Thank you so much. This has been the Riverina Council. I'm Fetch. This is Formal Casting, and I'm sure we'll see you again next week.